Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by ReGen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and germs, welcome back to twitch.tv/MurderRG. I'm your host tonight, Murder, and tonight we have quite the matchup here. Lionspeed doing well here in Division A up against ReGen Retro. Looks like team's ready to go. So let me hop in, throw my R in here, and find out just how ready they might be. Division A on the line tonight. Let me get you the updated standings live in color here for you. So over in Division A right now, Lionspeed sitting in 9th place, just 1 point behind the 8th place spot. Thick Mama White Mane Hots holding on to that number 8 spot. And then right behind Lionspeed, just 1 point behind them, is ReGen Retro in the 10th spot. So this is number 9 versus number 10 here tonight. Both squads looking for a spot in those playoffs, and currently it's ReGen Retro with just 6 games on the season, so a few less games played than Lionspeed and only 1 point behind them. A lot on the line tonight, and there's some NGS veterans in the house. StarFox64 is here, Patches as well. Notable players here from Lionspeed, and over on the right hand side, Oltanian, the captain for ReGen Retro, trying to lead his team into victory. They actually have a double header tonight after this match at midnight Eastern, and I guess that's 9 p.m. Pacific. ReGen Retro has their second match of the night. That one later is going to be against Novo Esprouts, as we see Maev banned away by Lionspeed, Zeratul banned away by ReGen Retro, and welcome to the chat. Stixa, I see you hanging out, man. How's it going? Hopefully my accent wasn't horribly offensive or anything. I suppose it wasn't too offensive. Well, no, maybe it was. It was fun. It was meant to be fun. Anubrak, the final ban of the top half here for ReGen Retro. Back over on the clock with Lionspeed. It seems like a few assassins being taken out. The Maev and Zeratul, you see the priority at the top half of the drafts here. Wondering if they want to stick with this or take out one of these other tanks. You see a Nubrak banned out by ReGen Retro. Do they want to get rid of Diablo as well? Of course, I think Johanna is the best tank on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Her wave clear is significant. We'll find out, though, what ReGen Retro's thinking. Do they want to get on something else, or is that Johanna good enough to go ahead and grab with this first pick? Thick Mama Murda, says B-Train. I can't disagree. Also want to say, today we have a bit goal all the way down there. If we fill up that bit goal, I'm going to stay up late tonight and cast the second half of this doubleheader. It's so late for me. It's midnight, but if you guys want it, you'll get it. Medivh early pick. That's an interesting look here for ReGen Retro. Not a typical first pick, but when teams pull it out, it can be quite scary, and now might give second thought to the rest of this draft of Lionspeed. How are they going to respond to seeing the Medivh? Is anything really scaring them? Jaina Diablo, they get a Ring of Frost APOC, and maybe that's exactly what they're going to use to shut it down. Medivh has some tools to deal with that, though. He's got his Leyline Seal. The moment he sees the APOC come out, he can throw it, shut down the Ring of Frost combo. Just depends on how well the big bird in the sky, Big Bird, is going to be playing Medivh. Jaina Diablo. Classic combination of heroes. But now we're going to see the Garrosh. We're also going to find the Tyrande here for Deltron. And this is a tank that ReGen Retro has had some great success with over the past couple of games. They played against PFM last week. We're able to use this Garrosh to a lot of success. We'll see how they close out the draft, because so far it's slightly different pieces than what I'm used to seeing them pull out with the hero, but so comfortable on it is Zoltanian. Final ban here for Lionspeed will be Kael'thas, taking away some of that mage damage, knowing they already have their Jaina set up. They're not worried about choking themselves on mages. But they know that the Medivh might not be enough, and holy moly, already some bits. 500, and just like that, we're halfway through our bit goal, and we haven't even started the night. Thank you, V-Train. Final ban here, Uther for ReGen Retro. We're back over on the clock with Lionspeed. They got a really solid damage here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. That's going to help significantly in the wave clear. They get Diablo, who's, as you know, one of the top tanks right now, and really no two ways about it. Any team that has this hero on their team has kill potential. Rhaegar, Hanzo. The next two picks here for Lionspeed. Rhaegar, you haven't seen too much of him. He does happen to pair quite nicely with Diablo, just because that ancestral heal will get maximum value with little to no effort needed from Glaucus. But the final two picks here, Malthael and Greymane, and that Malthael might be just the solution to shut down the healing from Rhaegar. At, I think it's level 7, yeah, he's going to get his healing reduction.
New follower detected.
And that's enough to make sure Diablo can't get his health back. Of course, the Cursed Bullet from Greymane, another option to help set up that last rites. We'll see how Masama and Aaron can do with that combo. Final pick here for Lionspeed. For the offlane, it's going to be Blaze. So chat, now you've seen all 10 heroes, it's time for you to vote. Let me know in chat who you're rooting for right now. Hashtag LS or hashtag RGR. Vote for Lionspeed or ReGen Retro right now. I'll tally up your votes and we'll see who you guys are thinking. As you guys know, whenever I'm casting these ReGen teams, it's not worth me throwing in my input. You know I'm going to be somewhat biased with who I'm deep down rooting for, but ultimately, we're going to have a really fun show here today. I'm pleased to have you guys here in chat. 8 of you right now. Not too bad for a late night show here on a very busy Tuesday afternoon, or evening rather, in NGS. Drafting 0 portal control. Yikes. Yeah, maybe a bit of an issue. There is the Blaze. If you're talking about portal control for Lionspeed, that Jet Propulsion is a really great tool to shut down all of these portals coming in, but we'll find out how that works out as we are in game number 1. And ladies and gentlemen, over on the left hand side we got Lionspeed, StarFox64 the captain on Diablo, Patches playing Jaina, Big Wiz on Blaze, Rhaegar supported by Glaucus, and last but not least, of course, it's UM and Devo playing the Hanzo. Over on the right hand side we got the challengers today, coming in just 1 point behind Lionspeed. It's ReGen Retro. Aaron on Malthael, Deltron playing Tyrande, Oltanian on Garrosh, Masama on Greymane, and up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, wait, it's just Medivh, played by Big Bird. Ladies and gentlemen, ReGen Retro. That is Portal Mastery, I believe, yeah, Portal Mastery at level 1 by Medivh. This is Fear the Reaper by Malthael, which will give him a bit of room to navigate around this Blaze, around this Diablo, if he happens to get caught by either of them. Early game, wave clear, and you can already see the clear advantage that Lionspeed is going to have with that Jaina on their team. She's in the Fingers of Frost build, and on a map like this, those globes are going to be coming really fast. So Patch is already set up, doing really well for his squad, rotating before that next wave even makes it here to mid. They're going to have time to rotate down on bottom, and, oh, maybe not. I was going to check if they wanted to harass on that Malthael a bit, but instead just sticking into this 4-man rotation with those blizzards. You see all of it being dropped, but they're not getting the gems. Good zoning here by Garrosh. And even though they're losing out on the speed of clear, ReGen Retro will find themselves up a few gems here early in the game. Checking out down bottom, Aaron really harassing Blaze in this matchup. Doesn't have Die Alone yet either, which will certainly help, but He's got to be careful. He will be exposed a bit in some of these fights. Some of these gank attempts, rather, as Diablo, he's the one exposed, and Star Fox 64 has become first blood for ReGen Retro. Oltanian finding a toss, and now a portal coming through from Medivh, but not taking the right half of the portal was Garrosh, so wasn't able to get in there, find any other tosses. Back up in these rotations, it's ReGen Retro with a very slight lead. It might be Garrosh finding Jaina all by her lonesome, and yeah, that's going to be a dead Patches. Second kill of the game for ReGen Retro, and the threat of Garrosh walking in the face of these Lionspeed heroes has been a little bit too much early in this one. So, checking out the votes, we have a hashtag both, so B-Train wanting both teams to win because, you know, he wants to see some good games. And then we do have a vote coming in from Kira Beyond, rooting for ReGen Retro. And they find themselves 31 gems in the tank right now, turning in a bunch up top there. We're Oltanian, Masama up there as well, and Big Bird. But they still need another few to get enough. They're finding Rhaegar, but he's in that puppy form, running away 13 gems on hand for Glaucus. Retro still seeking those final few gems. Caster math tells me just 2 more, and Oltanian scooting past him here at mid. Enough on hand now for ReGen Retro to find the first turn-in of the game. Level 4 talents up on your screen. I haven't gotten to show you those yet, as ReGen Retro is still seeking this turn-in. It's Malthael down bottom with 7. 6 trying to be turned in up top by Medivh, and he will get those in. Big Bird so close to not getting it, but did. Garrosh being harassed here. Portal dropped, and Oltanian will be able to click it. Great job by Big Bird, keeping him safe. Good efforts by Star Fox and Glaucus trying to harass in the front line, where Diablo and Rhaegar in that fight. 10 more gems needed for ReGen Retro. They have them, but they're separated on a few different heroes. Checking down bottom, actually a Malthael with enough on hand, but has to be able to push his Blaze back. You do see he has that Dialone at level 4, which is helping him significantly reduce that health bar of Blaze. But here's Blaze in response to turn-in. One interrupt with that oil slick. Now showing up Jaina, but Blaze, he's tossed around. Malthael applying some damage. Jet propulsion forward. Here's the rest of Lionspeed, but not nearly enough damage yet, although Garrosh caught, gets the force of will, and he's back up to 75% health. Just like that, ReGen Retro now should have room to zone for this Malthael and get first turn into the game. That will do it. Aaron gets the 10 gems in needed. And ReGen Retro is going to have some Webweavers spawn in just a few moments. Medivh getting harassed. That portal's down, but he can't get to it. Big Bird not there. Finally, he's able to click on it. He gets his way out. Oltanian in trouble, walking through a blizzard. Very slow. I don't think there's enough heals in the book, but he does get the force of will, and that's enough to keep him alive. Might even have a toss here. We'll see what Oltanian wants to do. But wow, resilient were the health bars there for ReGen Retro, staying alive in that fight. Oltanian looking good a few times, but you got to give credit to Deltron with the supporting on Tyrande, making sure no one's fallen yet in this game for ReGen Retro. Now pushing up top with one of their Webweavers. They lost the one at mid, already been destroyed by Lionspeed, but they're showing up here in the top lane, trying to get a little bit of value on this wall, and they're going to find just that. They might even find the Rhaegar. 22 gems on Glaucus, and he's down. Now we'll see if the zoning can come out as well. Masama standing right on top of it. And 22 gems have been dropped and lost by Lionspeed. They're also going to lose this well, it appears. Yeah, there it goes. Portal, half of it dropped. Oltanian waiting for it. It's going to find it. Hanzo's here. There's the toss onto him. Damage coming in from Brainmane, and now 4 kills on the game for ReGen Retro. They're even going to get a 4th. And with Hanzo down, do they want to get greedy? We don't know. Oh, God. Not like this. Aaron wiping out Blaze in the bottom lane. Malthael getting it done in the solo. Retro find themselves up almost a full level. The gems only 12 in the bank for Lionspeed right now. Only 14 on hand. So many have been dropped. Not trying to laugh, but I'm looking at it. It's just a lot less than I even thought. 36 in the bank on the second turn in here for ReGen Retro. Looking for more Oltanian. 11 on hand. And he will get these in. Now Medivh also trying to get a few more in. 4 on hand for Big Bird. And now just 4 left needed for a second objective. ReGen Retro looking for it, and they have this Bruiser Camp now coming out. Malfield's gonna Hearth, get his mana back, because I think they know they're about to be pushing with some more Web Weavers. Down bottom, Greymane picking up a camp as well. Masama doing that without being scouted out by Blaze. He's gonna make this rotation up and gonna walk right past Big Wiz most likely. Maybe just rejoin his team, looking for level 10s. They are very close. And once they're here, I would not be surprised to see an instant portal taunt engage from this Medivh and Garrosh. These minions should do it. There's level 10. Watch these talents coming in. Warlord's Challenge. There's the Starfall. Red Web Weavers as well. Dropped off there. Siege Camp's going to be pushing bottom as well. Only Blaze coming down in response. ReGen Retro hanging by that bottom turn-in point. Near this middle lane, and Lionspeed, they're playing it safe. They know these level 10s are scary, and that portal can be right on their face in a moment's notice. Portal is coming down on top of Blaze, but Jet Propulsion keeping it safe. Garrosh not able to slow him down. But they will grab this fort, hanging on a thread down bottom. They're going to rotate up to mid. Portal should be ready soon from Medivh. We'll see what Big Bird has ready to go here. Web Weaver's going to be down, though. No minions here at mid, so ReGen Retro would have to fight underneath 2 towers. They're opting to just wait for this minion wave and possibly siege in with it. Try to get this wall. No, they're going to rotate around. Portal's been dropped. They don't know where they're going with the second half quite yet. But that's it. Effectively, all they got was that bottom fort, which probably would have died on its own. Didn't get too much mid, but they're going to try to find it now a little late in the fight. That objective just ending. ReGen Retro's going to walk on this fort wall, get one of the towers, change their focus on the other one, and that should actually be enough. Just, again, the threat of Garrosh here in the face of Lionspeed has them thinking second thoughts on coming in and engaging this, especially now when they once again have gems on hand. 26 for Diablo, 12 on Blaze and Jaina. Hanzo also holding 10, so there's a lot on all these members. Medivh has his scouted, but Big Bird not trying to play aggressive quite yet. But he could be in trouble. Flipped over by Diablo. Drops half the portal, gets himself out. There's the flip on Diablo. Taunt as well. Starfall. Bunker's down. There's a Cursed Bullet. Was great on Star Fox. But he's able to walk right through the bunker, come out the other side. It's Malfield in trouble. Still hasn't used that last rights. Might not even get a chance, as Garrosh will be the first to fall. APOC a little late. Not finding much, but a great charge in by Diablo will find the second kill of the fight, and a turret here for Lionspeed, who are starting to turn this game around. Star Fox at mid playing aggressive, knowing his 2 biggest threats aren't on the map right now, that being the Malfield and the Garrosh. Diablo finally sitting at full souls. Jaina also completing that Fingers of Frost. New habits completed by Blaze. So this is a Lionspeed team that looks a lot scarier than they did earlier in the game, as we have a pause. Backing over to the caster screen. How's it going? C Diddy showing up. Thank you for the support, my man. B-Train throwing out. Missing Soak on Tomb is as condemning as other maps. Minions on this map are worth less than any other map XP per minion. Huh. Oh, isn't as condemning. Okay. I don't know. I'll disagree. Because the minions are what fuel your objectives. If you're not clearing minions and you're not getting the gems, more notably, then you're not winning objectives. You're not winning the map. So I disagree. I think wave clear is super important on this map. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on one person, it looks like. Alright, looks like maybe some comms issues here for Lionspeed. We're going to wait for them to get that figured out. Just a bit of a weather delay here for us. Looks like we got a follow in the meantime. Kira Beyond, thank you for that follow. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. And here's the report from Lionspeed. They're going to go ahead and switch Discord servers, see if that fixes it, clears up any of the issues they're having there. I'm going to go ahead and check on over myself. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, they're ready. So I'm gonna hop back in the game. I'm ready. I don't think I can tell them. 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're going. Perfect. Here we are, back in the action. Blue Web Weavers on the field. And it's ReGen Retro having a clear. Ooh, good Indomitable by Altanian to prevent that jet propulsion stun, which might have been enough for Diablo to get in there and make a play on Garrosh. Instead, he's safe, still sitting pretty on his health bar as well. Web Weaver gonna blast forward. Probably gonna get through one of these turrets. Yeah, there it goes. But the Web Weaver is now down. Up top, Mouthfeel. Solo in defense. The rest of his team's coming up to help. They're leaving that bottom Web Weaver, which might be a bit of a mistake, but we'll find out. Unless they find some kills. There's Diablo getting thrown back, but a lot of help on him. Last Right's not enough to get the job done. There's Cursed Bullet back in the bunker's blaze, and ReGen Retro starting to back up as the fire expulsion from the bunker was scaring them back and making sure that they couldn't walk forward. Altanian in trouble. He's going to be down for the second time in this game. Star Fox 64 with the full souls, able to walk in and take so many extra shots from that fort. And just like that, he's back up to full health as well. Down bottom, our final Web Weaver is still standing as Diablo's showing up trying to harass back these remaining members of ReGen Retro. It was 5-0 in favor of Retro. Now, the past 3 kills and objective in favor of Lionspeed have really started to turn it around, and you see gems on hand 57, gems needed for second objective 55. Lionspeed's looking for it. His Blaze with 29 though. He's got to turn those in up top, and Medivh is likely gonna be here in time or not. Big Bird does not drop out of the sky in time, and that will be the second turn in a row for Lionspeed. Already getting through one of those forts, looking for their second. Water Elemental dropped early, already destroyed there by Greymane. Medivh overhead, applying that threat in the sky, just one portal away from an engagement on ReGen Retro. They're possibly looking for a better flanking position, but not quite finding it yet as the Web Weaver is approaching in this middle lane. Greymane trying to throw out some cocktails to soften the blow that these minions are going to start putting on this mid fort. Already without its wall and on 50% health. Retro's going to have to abandon that defense here and get behind their keep wall. Still pushing in S5 though. Lionspeed trying to get some damage on a keep wall now. Dropping that Blizzard early. Here comes Altanian. Lands a Groundbreaker. Starfall as well. Going to zone out some of these members of Lionspeed as Starfox getting flipped back into the tower range and taunted, but Ancestral healing too good. The healing not negated that time by Mouthfeel as no one falls yet, not even the Garrosh, who was getting very low and for the third time in this game, escaping with barely any health is Altanian. This Web Weaver's gonna get the keep wall, and that is likely gonna be about it as the APOC coming out late. 0 value from Starfox, not sure what that was, but didn't find it. The Web Weavers are down, but so will be all of the outer forts in favor of Lionspeed. They have a structural advantage. ReGen Retro, though, they have a gem count advantage. Just one more needed to have enough for their third turn in. And they're going to get that gem right now. But they have to find a way to turn the gems in. They're going to start their play with a Bruiser Camp here. Sonic Arrow not going to reveal it. The information's on the map. Greymane showing top with 20 gems. ReGen Retro going to rotate his direction, make sure that they're grouped up in the event that anything starts breaking loose here. Aaron's going to start the channel. Scatter Arrow missing, and Sonic Arrow doesn't. Starfox going to get taunted and stunned. A bit of overlap there by ReGen Retro, but they're going to get the kill anyway. Souls reset on Diablo, and they're able to back up. This Water Elemental still in their face, but the portal's there from Big Bird. And ReGen Retro escape with their lives, escape with the kill on Diablo. And now just have to find a turn in here to get the trifecta. But Blaze still in defense, still able to harass here with this oil slings. Big flip there on the Rhaegar. Uses the Ancestral on himself as Glaucus as Diablo charging forward. Not going to have that Ancestral Heal as an option, only has the bunker. He hops inside. Blaze hopping out with Jet Propulsion, now looking for more. Is ReGen Retro, they're turning it back around with Mouthfeel, but not everyone on the same page. And these heroes are going to reset. Still APOC and the Polybomb online for our Diablo and Medivh players. But outside of that is now the Warlord's Challenge back online and moments away from Last Rites and Water Elemental. Retro looking for the turning up top. They get a bunch in from their Greymane as Mephisto applying some trait damage to Blaze. Jet Propulsion forward. Blaze looking for something, but he gets tossed back, taunted, and killed. APOC still here for Diablo if he wants to pop it while everyone's slowed. But I think Retro gets away from this. They're even going to try to turn him with Mouthfeel. They're going to lose the Greymane. Great job, great flip. Or will they? Masama able to hop out. Great Polybomb by Big Bird, making sure that kill doesn't happen. A couple more gems got turned in, but still not enough for Retro. 7-3 to kills. As you saw that final down come in, there's thermal protection for Blaze. Here's the kill counts. 4 for Greymane. Masama looking dirty. Only the 1 for Mouthfeel, not getting too much value with Last Rites. Does have 2 stacks on it. Aaron, he's holding the final gems needed. That's Mouthfeel, but nearby is Jaina. She's not going to be able to land that Frostbolt, and that will be enough gems for ReGen Retro to find their third turning of the game. Greymane still split down bottom, trying to deal with some of those catapults that were pushing in. We'll see if he rejoins his team at mid, or perhaps ReGen Retro going to join him down bottom. Defense looks like it's standing up mid by Lionspeed. They want to protect this final fort still standing. As Retro splitting out, Mouthfeel top, Greymane bottom. Actually, here comes Greymane towards mid. Mouthfeel still remaining up top, though. Maybe a bad look here for Retro, as they're going to give up 3 clear on this middle Webweaver. And aren't threatening a fight because they don't have that Last Rites nearby, but they're going for it anyway. Finding Diablo. There's a stun, there's a taunt. Last Rites is going to come in. But in the bunker is Diablo. He survives. Portal down, Garrosh is out, but Aaron might not have the same fate. He gets a little bit of healing back, but the turnaround coming from Lionspeed and Mouthfeel will fall. Last Rites didn't get value from that bunker either, so credit Big Wiz with protecting his big boy Diablo on that play. But they still have to drop back and clear these Webweavers. You see it approaching this top wall. You see Rhaegar down here in the bottom lane having to do some defense himself. And that's going to give room for Retro in the middle. Don't know if they want to try to get this fort or not. Looks like they're going to rotate towards bottom. Portal, after the portal going down, Big Wiz might be in trouble. There's the flip on Rhaegar, and Glaucus is going to fall. Doesn't have Ancestral. No way he gets out of this one. And there he does go down. Blaze still in here. Curse Bullet missing. Ultanian with the taunt, but now he's in trouble. Should be a portal for Medivh, but is it too late? There's APOC and a charging, flanking Star Fox 64, getting a double kill. Great job by him. A very veteran play. Deltron not on a mountain. Tyranda's going to fall as well. Masama just going to scoot away with 16 gems, as Water Elemental uses well to finish that one off. And a little turnaround now. 7 to 8 is the kill count, and closer to level 20. Our Lionspeed just a moment away. They're going to get a siege camp down bottom, clearing up this wave here as well for the final bits of XP needed. They're going to get a few tools here at level 20. Let's see what they're thinking. Mouthfeel potentially scared off a camp there. That is going to be Wintermute from Jaina. I think obviously the right choice. Hellgate from our Diablo player. Played the game. Hanzo. That's going to be Blue Webweaver. Still waiting to see what those final 2 picks are going to be here. No selections yet. Masama and Aaron are going to be able to get this Bruiser camp finally for ReGen Retro, but Greymane pretty low on health. See how he wants to re-show up here in this fight. Is he going to go hard or not? No, he's going to opt to show up with these gems and a half health bar. Use his tap on that top well. Lunar Flare going to miss as Lionspeed set up now top lane. Webweaver's approaching. Blaze having to use that bunker early. There's the Wintermute from Jaina. Water Elemental still on the ground, not destroyed by Retro quite yet, but they have it zoned out properly and should be able to get the last lick on it. Yeah, Masama going to finish it off, but also about to be finished off is this keep. It's falling low quick. And that should be all they need for Lionspeed. Oh, but they might lose Diablo. He's taunted back here. Ancestral heal, fantastic. Altania now caught, gets the force of will. Their turnaround may be happening, but the escape also happening. Lionspeed's out. They get the keep. Maybe 2. No, Aaron's going to clear this up down bottom. That is first keep of the game. And gem counts might as well be even. Only 11 gem differential right now between these two teams. But having that keep down is going to make a big difference for Lionspeed. We'll see what ReGen Retro can do from here. Oh, finding the flip on Blaze. Fantastic from Altanian again. Big Bird in trouble. Force of Will going to keep himself alive. Now stuck in the Blizzard. He will fall. Good job by Jaina. Still pressing forward. Tyrande got booted. She's down. Aaron could be next, but the turnaround once again by Altanian, reducing all of these movement speeds on the enemy team, but not enough. Greymane falls, and now Malthael looking for anything he can find on the backside, but won't be able to get it. Garrosh, the sole remaining hero for ReGen Retro. Actually, Malthael going to go ahead and pop his 20. He's back on the field, but that was a significant play for Lionspeed, looking to close out game number 1 here. We're almost 21 minutes in. They have that top lane advantage. Heroes down, and appears to me like they're marching towards this boss. And that's going to be an open top lane for them. It is the play. They're in the pit. Rhaegar, the last to show up. Actually, Blaze just respawning will be the last to show up. Altanian going to cash in the gems he had on hand, but maybe now he's going to realize he's got to get back to base, deal with this boss, and try to salvage any chances they have left in this one. Boss makes it where the keep used to be. Almost called it for it. Here it comes, now approaching the core. The shielding still 100%. We'll see how quickly it can go down. Diablo in here on the front line with the Blaze. Volcanian's looking for an angle to get on the back line. There's Starfall, but a great taunt and a great kill. Malthael's out of this one. Already used his No One Can Stop Death, so he's out of this for 80 seconds. And that looks like all they need for Lionspeed to pick up game number 1. 20% remaining, boss still alive, and that will be it. Lionspeed take the win on Tomb of the Spider Queen over ReGen Retro. Alright, so Retro, they started out hot. They looked really good. And then it changed. Level 10 got here, and the Ancestral Heal maybe just being enough. Look at the numbers here. 106k from Glaucus. Keeping Diablo alive when it mattered most. Few costly deaths there in some of those fights by ReGen Retro, who looked really good. Had it working with the Garrosh. Found some good plays. Maybe some slight overlap with the Tyrande stun and the Garrosh taunt. But we're going to head on to a game number 2. I don't know where we're going, so we're going to take a short break and find out. I want to thank you guys for being here this evening. Lionspeed up 1-0 over ReGen Retro. are back. I want to say thank you again for the bits flying in. You see them landing right now into the tip jar, little plinko board there. We are halfway through this bit goal here, and if we finish it before the match is over, I will commit to staying up for a 12 o'clock cast. ReGen Retro will be playing later on tonight against Nobo Esprouts. Currently doesn't have a caster on the match, but you know, if you guys encourage me to do it, maybe you'll see me back here at midnight. We're in lobby. I have everyone here. I'm going to tell them I'm ready to go because I was the one holding up the show. But wanted to make sure we got a little bit of a break in. Rest the vocal cords a bit. Can be a long night. We don't know yet. And here goes the draft. We're heading into Volskaya Foundry.
Volskaya Industry.
Blue team's gonna ban first. That means this is the map selection of ReGen Retro after losing map number 1, wanting to go to a map they like, and Volskaya Foundry has been their bread and butter this season. They're trying to find their wins here, and they're gonna have to find a win here if they want to bring this to a game number 3. But they're gonna do so once again without Maev, who's been in their arsenal of heroes throughout the season. See if they stick with their Zeratul ban here as well. Also tuning in, congratulations to ReGen Red. Just picked up a 2-0 victory over Ban Cho, which will help them in the standings trying to get that number 2 slot. We'll see how they close out the season. Diablo the ban here for ReGen Retro, changing up from the Zeratul and a Nubrak in game number 1. Not wanting to deal with Star Fox 64 this time. Zeratul is going to be banned out by Lionspeed, so taking away both of those melee menaces. Now Retro's got to consider if they want to take away the Anubarak again, which was one of their focuses in game number 1. That Ana's still on the board as well, who can be decent here on Volskaya Foundry, although I think there are some other options that can still come out at support. Retro's going to go ahead and ban away the Blaze, who also was a nuisance down in that bottom lane on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I want to say thank you. You saw it come in. 200 bits from Varcheezy. Thank you so much for that. Now we're just 300 bits away from completing the goal. Fantastic little bit of bit donating going on tonight by my fans here. Medivh was first picked in game number 1, now first picked in game number 2. Swapping teams though. Lionspeed wants a shot on the Raven. A Nubrak available will be picked up by Altanian. They're going to pair it with Deckard Cain. If you notice me looking down, I am writing stuff in my book. If you're new to my channel, I keep track of all the games I cast. We have quite the little catalog from this season. All those pages just this season, kind of ridiculous. But tonight I'm keeping track, seeing we had the Maev ban in both games. Now seeing we have this Jaina pick in both games for Lionspeed. They're also getting the Garrosh, so they're taking a page directly out of the book of ReGen Retro, trying to one-up them with their own composition here. Our Lionspeed. You know, I'm not going to say ReGen Retro invented the composition. Obviously they didn't, but this is exactly what was ran in game number 1, and god damn it. There are the final 300 bits. You guys are monsters. So we will be back here at midnight. Confirmed, locked in. We will be loaded up. 12 o'clock. We'll be checking out ReGen Retro and Nobo Esprouts. Let me go ahead and make sure I have my name on that cast so no one else grabs it now that we're confirmed for it. Logging in over on NGS.org. As we do see some bans coming through. Hanzo from Lionspeed. And Ana from ReGen Retro. They're on the clock with their 3-4 picks. We're going back to Greymane for Masama, who did pretty well in game number 1 for himself. Leoric, the option here for Aaron. And that's pretty good up against the Garrosh as well. His spooky hand, going to do some good damage to a percentage based hero like Garrosh. The way his armor functions. So now we're waiting on the final two picks here for Big Wiz and Glaucus. ETC and Stukov, the final two. And this is kind of scary because a mosh pit with that silence, with the taunt, with a Ring of Frost, so much CC, so much control here. And they can set it all up with a Leyline Seal from Medivh. So this composition already looking better than the Medivh comp in game number 1. Big Bird, the final player yet to choose a hero, waiting to see his pick. He's going with Orphea. So one of the newest heroes in the Nexus, Orphea, certainly our newest mage, has a lot of wave clear, can do a considerable amount of damage from a good distance, almost more than Chromie can do these days. And from a safe distance, we'll see if Big Bird wants to go into that E-build or not. But could be opportunity up against this ETC, up against this Garrosh to poke in at a distance. I maybe would have rather have seen the Junkrat. I think a bit safer of a play against Garrosh. But Orphea can also be a nuisance, so we'll find out what Big Bird has going on the Schoolgirl. And that sounds ridiculous. Maybe I shouldn't have phrased it like that. And ladies and gentlemen, we are officially now signed up for the doubleheader. Come back at midnight to see Nobo Eastbrowse and ReGen Retro, but we're going to finish up this set first. Let me switch over our scene and introduce our team on the left-hand side. We got our Game 1 winners, Lionspeed. They're 8th place in the division. Big Wiz up front on the ETC. Glaucus on Stukov. We got Patches on the Jaina. Star Fox 64 playing the Garrosh. And up in the sky, we got UMN Devo. I couldn't remember the letters. I knew it was Devo. I couldn't remember the UMN. But ladies and gentlemen, that's Lionspeed. Over on the right-hand side in red, we got ReGen Retro, Tani and the captain on Anubarak, Masama playing Greymane, Deltron on Deckard Cain, Aaron on Leoric, and last but not least, on that Schoolgirl, it's the biggest bird you ever did see. Big Bird playing Orphea. They are ReGen Retro. Level 1's up on the screen. Legion of Beetles to play here from Anubarak. Maybe trying to shut down some of this Jaina focus of those Beetles. We'll see if they can become a factor as a toss. The first one here by Garrosh, only landing on the Leoric. He's able to Wraith Walk back out. Aaron's going to be safe, grab a potion on his way down to bottom, as he's going to face up against ETC. Let's follow this 4-man rotation where it's Garrosh in trouble. Star Fox 64. He's down to about 30% health, but he's got his team behind him. Going to stand in sturdy. Good silent circle by Glaucus. Keeping Anubarak walking in. Retro coming with a bit more wave to it this time. They're able to rotate in tandem with Lionspeed, but you see no one hanging out mid. I think maybe a few minions were missed. Kind of hard to tell. But what we can tell is that heroes are starting to jump on these fortification camps. ReGen Retro first take a crack at it. Still no movement over that direction from Lionspeed. We'll see who they want to send, but if they are sending, should be sometime soon. The Oric's going to be back in the bottom lane dealing with his ETC. And Retro, they're back at mid, up an item. Now going to land a root. No. Barely missing onto the knee. Support camps up. Neither team at level 4 quite yet. It's been Jaina in the top lane soaking for the past couple of moments. Greymane's going to match up top. Here's another scroll of ceiling missing from Deltron, who's now sitting at about 5 or 10% mana. Might have to consider going back before this objective spawns, and the support camp is a spot where these teams are going to be fighting over. And there goes that Hearth by Deltron, just as I suspected. Back at mid, it's Orphea versus Garrosh. Big Bird just holding this lane, getting the XP as he can. It's Medivh up top, up against Anubarak. And, you know, eventually the minions will push in favor of a noob. But Medivh can be a pest here, especially if he can land all these arcane rifts. And comboing them on the minions can do a good bit of wave clear himself, but Altanian gonna move out of the lane, join his team at mid, where they still have this turret. Their enemies have a turret as well. You saw that picked up by Stukov. The Retro wants to make the first play onto the point, and they're gonna start the channel for the red side. Yorick pressuring minions all the way into the wall, now going to rejoin his team up onto the point. 4 potions already dropped here. And everyone from Retro sitting on full health. So they're set up nicely for when this fight starts. They're going to have to check on the support camp. No one there quite yet. Orpheus staying nearby to make sure no one can sneakily grab it, but has to remain conscientious of this Medivh and how easily a portal engage can happen on top. Now Big Bird going to come on down, rejoin the team on the point. Leoric also nearby. He's going to start scooting his way up here. And he'll be on the flank. Has sights on the garage, but changing his path in, coming from the safer side, is Aaron. There's the first taunt, and this landed on Greymane. An instant blizzard deleted his Basama. Altanian has to burrow charge out. And that's first blood of the game once level 7 got here for Lionspeed. And they're going to flip it around after overtime and start channeling in favor of the blue side. Remains still 3 seconds until a respawn. As ReGen and Retro have collected level 7s. Let's look in at some of these level 1 talents. And it's 15 stacks on Arcane Rift for Medivh. 15 stacks of Fingers of Frost for Jaina. So both those heroes looking good on their quest. Here comes Garrosh. Medivh overhead should have a portal if they want to get in here. There's a scroll with ceiling locking in a few. Altanian charging in as well. Leoric on the backside. Starfox 64 low, but gets a great heal from Stukov while kill switch was on point. Dropping the turret as well are Lionspeed, and they're going to zone away everyone from ReGen Retro except Aaron, who's now having to Wraith walk out. Leoric will be safe. Looking at the channel, it's 75% for Lionspeed. ReGen Retro is going to have to find a way to get in here, but they're doing so down a level right now. It's almost level 8 from them. 90%, now 91 for Lionspeed. Altanian's going to make his move onto the point just as he's about to expire. Without burrow charge, could be in trouble, but Orphea getting a lot of damage. Blizzard didn't hit much for Lionspeed. Big Wiz, very low. ETC's going to fall. First kill of the game for ReGen Retro, and Scroll is ceiling, locking in Medivh. That's his stacks reset as Starfox 64 is able to use a portal out, surviving. But first protector of the game is likely about to be handed over to ReGen Retro. All right, Protector going to start up at mid, working on one of these towers and the well behind it. Only gets the shielding down. There's going to be a laser beam getting it down to 50% health with that well, and minigun damage might be enough. Yeah, there it goes. Good job on a wall, 2 turrets, and a well. The ReGen Retro now going to join up top, where Greymane already has this minion wave pushed up and just got killed, but barely missing with the glove on Medivh. There's ReGen Retro's Protector, Altanian in the pilot form, Deckard Cain played by Deltron in the gunner form. They're going to be able to get, not quite get down that well. There's the final orb to get it done. Oh, Medivh in trouble. UMN Devo has a portal, 300 health, surviving so close from falling as the Protector has expired. ReGen Retro got a little bit of value on those walls, but not too much there. Ghost Dunk's back for 13 months in a row. My dude, thank you for stopping in tonight. Heard you're not making it on Thursday. Super sad face from me. Support camp grabbed there by ReGen Retro. A nice little find on their way retreating from that top lane. And they're going to rotate back and get their siege camp as well. Let's talk about some of these heroic talents. Warlord's Challenge, and more notably, it's the Sage Dive for ETC, who's been playing the solo lane. Leyline Seal. We have the Water Elemental for the second time here from Jaina. On the other side, it is the Stay a While and Listen from Deckard Cain. Eternal Feast from Orphea, which I will undoubtedly call Endless Feast, as has been my case over the past couple of weeks here with Orphea and NGS. We'll get it right eventually, I promise. Just about deadlocked in XP, these two teams are. Alcanian charging forward, the Burrow charge. Now won't have it to escape. Has to use that Bionic Emitter, but there's the Eternal Feast landing on Snoop-Dogg, taking a lot of chomps out. Stage dive for the backside from Big Wiz was great, and Big Bird's in trouble. Alcanian now inside of this Entomb from Aaron, and will fall. He just got that Burrow charge back online and wasn't able to use it to get out. So after all that, it's Lionspeed picking up the kill on the bug. 16 seconds until he respawns. And we're going to hear about control point B in just a few moments, if my internal timer is correct. And more notably so, ReGen Retro having to use the Biotic Emitter in that fight, trying to keep himself alive, was a noob rack and wasn't even successful. So a big waste, but at least not giving it over to their opponents, I guess is what they're thinking. Leoric in trouble again. Will Wraith walk away? And that's why Leoric is such a safe hero in the solo lane. Every time you think you got him, you just don't. And he's out of there before you can catch him. Almost 13 are both our squads, but first to that point will be Lionspeed. Leoric trying to get what he can down bottom. Another minion wave showing up behind this. Lionspeed doesn't appear to be looking for a fight. They only have a few moments. Likely they're just going to set up on the top side. Retro, they may be playing aggressive in event here. Or are they? No, they're playing aggressive on a fort. They're pushing forward. They want this. They see Medivh up top. They know this is a 5v4. They just got to be able to find the fight they want. No, that's actually all they're going to do. They're going to make sure everyone comes down here, rotate up top, and get on control B first. Well, they're heading to control B.
단말기를 차지하면 수호자를 조종할 수 있다.
And Alcanian once again using a Burrow charge to lead off a fight. Medivh's able to get out with a portal. Here come the rest of Lionspeed, or are they? ETC still split, has that stage dive, knows he's going to get value from the global whenever he needs it. And Lionspeed seeing stuff available on the map, hopping on this enemy turret camp. They're going to cut through that like butter and grab a purple gun. Laukit's going to hold on to it. Stukov, the one in control. Now making their way up. The support camp's here on their path. They're going to choose not to stop at it. Instead, are going to clear up this wave and move on the point. Medivh going to give vision. Still in Raven form. Alcanian holding onto that back corner for now. Retro ready to play aggressive. Orphea on the front line. Here's the Leoric as well. See if he wants to lead off with that Entomb or not. Slow. Only going to hit Stukov. Scroll his ceiling, completely whipping on everyone. And here comes Garrosh, looking for anything he can find. Not finding much there on a noob rack. It's Leoric in trouble. Stage dive in from ETC. Leyline Seal locking in two. Orphea in trouble. Big Bird's going to be down as Decker came not out of that Leyline Seal fast enough to pop his stay a while and listen. Words are hard. It's an overtime situation that was shut down by Lionspeed. They get the one kill on Orphea, all they needed to push back ReGen Retro in the fight. Now starting to channel in favor of the blue squad. Retro going to rotate around looking for XP to catch up while they wait for Orphea to respawn. There is a turret on the map. We'll see if they want to go for that. But it's Lionspeed going for an item, and it's a support camp right now. Alcanian, although frustrated, knows there's nothing he can do, just watches that bio emitter get picked up by Star Fox. Good zoning there by Stukov. That will be the first protector of the game for Lionspeed. Their top lane right now, landing a root on a noob rack. All the damage behind it, no. Able to sidestep it, it was Alcanian, but he's gonna go down anyway. Eternal Feast on ETC inside that Entomb, but no one falling for Lionspeed at all. The damage is not quite there yet, but the damage is there for this protector and a stage dive as well. Deltron possibly in trouble as the portal coming through on top from Medivh. Stay a while and listen. Okay, we will, and we'll kill you while we're at it. A triple kill for Lionspeed as they move through this top fort. Maybe we'll even be able to secure this keep wall as well. Still 25 seconds for Decker Kane, 5 for a Nubrak. He'll be the first to respawn. Orphea also dead for another 10 seconds. Lionspeed staying aggressive. 35 seconds remain on this protector. 28% health as Retro doing all they can to negate the damage, but they're going to lose a bit on this keep. They're going to lose one of the turrets, maybe the rest of this wall.
수호자가 패배했다.
There's the retreat. Lionspeed going to make it out with their life, but not before taking down that keep. They do, however, have level 16 and are remaining aggressive in the mid lane. All of Retro showing up in defense. Good Entomb landing on ETC. He gets protected by Medivh and power slides right on through, getting the kill on a Nubarak. The taunt from Garrosh great as well as Leoric falls. And the Orphea, another triple kill for Lionspeed. Force of Will keeping ETC alive as well on the backside. Fantastic work here by and Devo, hopping back into Raven form and feeling good after that fight. Still even has his leyline seal, but the Force of Will's on point. The portals are great as well all game. And another invade will be successful with these hero deaths from Retro for Lionspeed to steal away yet another turret. Another fortification camp on the map. Lionspeed rotating back to that, finding themselves right now with what shows as a 3-level lead, about to be reduced to 2 as ReGen Retro get themselves at level 16, and here are those talents on your screen being picked up. Leoric going for a way different build. That's Mithril Mace, and he got the Spectral Leech at level 13, so not going for the Royal Focus build. We'll see if that pays off for Aaron, but so far having a bit of trouble staying on the front line for too long. Oh, Cocoon on Medivh all by himself. Won't be able to use his portal, but ETC will be able to come through. Ooh, Scroll is stealing late, but there's going to be the stage shot. Trying to protect Medivh. Eternal Beast is down. Big Wiz's in trouble. Getting slept inside of it. The Entomb's there as well. He's able to walk out, and the turnaround starting to happen from Lionspeed. It's Aaron. He's low on the bottom side. Jaina chasing him down, but he has that Wraith walk away. Still living. No kills either side as ReGen Retro, I don't know where he was. Up at mid. Masama chasing down ETC. Retro getting the only kill in the fight. And maybe that's enough room to get them a support camp as well. Just what they need to start getting back in this game. Some item control. Speaking of control, it's control point C. 25 seconds away. These are starting to get important. We have forts down. Only one fort down, rather. On the side of ReGen Retro, Lionspeed getting it with that last protector. Bottom lane already been softened up by ReGen Retro. If they get this protector, that fort's in big trouble. Maybe even more. Top lane is an issue though. Catapult's pushing in every other lane, or every other wave rather, for Lionspeed. Retro's going to put a bit of work here making sure this is cleared out, but I don't think they know that Garrosh is nearby. Stukov as well. Now I think they've been spotted. Yeah, Ultanian walking directly at them, making sure they're zoned out. But there's the Entomb, bottom side on Patches, holding on to one of those turrets. Gonna get locked in by Scroll of Ceiling. Still has the turret, hasn't dropped it yet. Patches still alive, 187 health. Does drop the turret. Leoric low. Gonna Wraith walk away. It's Brainbane who's low as well. Has the Biotic Emitter. Drops it. And Retro gonna get some healing back. With Masama leaving it. Not gonna remain getting healed as a double kill comes out. It's Stukov dead. No supporting left for Lionspeed, and Retro getting the double kill and costing 2 turrets. For Lionspeed to be dropped there, they're going to go ahead and work down the top fort. We'll see if they want to go for the keep wall as well. It's maybe time to stay aggressive with the siege camp here. They have all 5 heroes, but down bottom it's Medivh on the point. I want to show it to you. It's and Devo hanging out there, willing to let ReGen Retro push in onto this keep wall. 30 seconds remaining for Stukov, 15 for Jaina, and Retro really wants this, but is it too much time they're giving up to make it down to that point? I think it will be, but the keep's gonna go down, that's for sure. How aggressive do they stay? 66% now as Medivh left the point. So Retro gonna get a little bit of both. They're gonna get the keep. They're gonna be able to drop all the way down to bottom and get on the control point, but right now they don't have level 20s. And that's the difference right now between them and Lionspeed, because Lionspeed holding on to level 20s. They're all spawned. And they're looking for a fight the first chance they can get, and Retro should be a bit timid here. In case anything happens, it's Big Wiz up front. Stage dive might not get value because he's gonna get locked in here by a Nubarak. scroll is ceiling though, not gonna hit because the power slide was so good. Cocoon onto Garrosh as the damage coming out from Eternal Feast. Still there. Leyline Seal gonna reset the fight as Orpheus down. Big Wiz is low, but still hasn't fallen. The Winter View, here it comes from Jaina trying to finish off Altanian, but not able to yet. Or will they? Altanian is down. Deltron being chased by Garrosh. Stage dive not gonna hit him, but power slide should. Oh, it doesn't either. Deltron's still walking away, getting tossed by Garrosh. See if Greymane can show up to save him. There's gonna be the Warlord's challenge. Deltron's still alive. Aaron's still alive. Cursed Bullet coming out from Asama now threatening ETC as Leoric falls. And ReGen Retro losing heroes left, right, and center. And that should be enough to finish off Deltron, making it a quad kill for Lionspeed. At a good moment for them. Control point C still active. Yeah, they're going to lose this fort maybe, but they don't care. They're going to get a protector. Ooh, the fort does. I wasn't sure if it was going down. Respawn starting now. Orphea back on the map. A Nubrak 3 seconds. Still a long time for Deckard Cain, who staggered out that final death. Certainly will not be able to get down to bottom where Medivh is holding on to control point C all by himself. The rest of Lionspeed moving up to the support camp and get another item to pair with their 2 turrets. Medivh hopping in a protector. He's going to join up with his team at mid. Ooh, 1 turret dropped there by Lionspeed, making sure no one can get in onto that support camp. Sultanian up front by himself, dropping a few beetles, making his escape. It is the rewind for a Nubrak, ready to make some plays, is Sultanian. Glove gonna miss. There's the laser onto the fort. This fort already sitting at 50% health. Really isn't much of a defensive structure for ReGen Retro. They're gonna have to start moving back. Or will they? And Jim coming out with the Eternal Feast. And it's Dartbox 64 caught in all of it, but he's gonna make it out. Or will he? 400 health left. Garrosh still standing up because of that biotic emitter. Once again, the difference maker there for Lionspeed. They get the kill on Greymane, looking for more, and they find it on Deckard Cain. Altanian could be next. The laser's there, but Burrow Charge just long enough to stay alive. Protector's still alive. Let's look on the other side. It's Catapult showing up onto the core. No one being sent back from Lionspeed quite yet, as they have a couple catapults of their own trying to defend there for them. They want the keep. They're looking for it up top. It's Altanian in trouble. Taunted. A Nubrak's gonna fall here. See ya later, Bug. Leyline Seal gonna lock in 2. Is there any follow-up, CC? There's the Blizzard. Orphea sidestepping, but can't get out. Another quad kill for Lionspeed. It's only Leoric remaining as the Protector marching onto that core. He drops the Silencing too. But Jaina dumping everything with that Winter Mute. This is just too much for ReGen Retro to handle. And just like that, Lionspeed pick up the 2-0 domination tonight over Retro. They're going to grab 3 points in the standings and start making a bit of a separation here between these two teams in the standings. Here is the match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. What a showing. Lionspeed picking up 17 kills in game number 2. They steal away the Medivh Garrosh from ReGen Retro there in the draft and are able to use it to a lot of success on Volskaya Foundry. They take the win after 21 minutes and 24 seconds. Here are your talents, as I'm going to try to reach out to someone from Lionspeed. We'll see if I can get in touch with StarFox64. Interview? But yeah, I see the GG's in chat. I gotta say GG's to you guys in chat, because you guys are the ones that made tonight's double header possible, coming through with the 1,000 bits necessary. Looks like we will be getting an interview, talking to Star Fox now. But yeah, the 1,000 bits, enough to get me to hop in. I'll be showing you guys Nobo Esprouts and ReGen Retro at midnight EST, or EDT I guess right now, and then 9 o'clock PM Pacific. right back here, twitch.tv/MurdaRG.
Yo.
I'm now being joined by a few members here from Lionspeed, picking up the 2-0 domination tonight over ReGen Retro. How you guys feeling?
Not too bad, dude. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. It was a fun match. Got to see the Medivh Garrosh in 2 games, but really, more notably, was you guys in game number 2. How does it feel to take a comp away from a team and out-execute them on it?
Pretty good, honestly. It was... I don't know, yeah. That's pretty good.
We were focused on the Medivh, and we knew, like, Medivh's kit's just too good to pass up. We actually didn't hope they wouldn't take it in that first game, and we could go Diablo Medivh.
So scouting, they
know
got
this
a point there from Retro?
Oh, their scouting was on point. They banned my tank Uther in the first game.
Yep.
And then banned my Blaze out, which we would have probably never picked anyway.
Let's talk about bans for a moment, because we saw both games the Maiev ban started off, and we also saw the Zeratul banned out a couple times. It seems like here in Division A, a bit of worry about these melee assassins. Is there really any answer to them, or is it just ban them away?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. They're just annoying to play against, so we don't.
Yeah.
So we ban them. We like to have fun, so
Yeah, I mean,
we don't like to play against what we don't want to play against. Yep.
Yeah. VP's too good. We clump up too much.
Yeah.
You guys did, however, go into the ley line seal there in game number 2, not opting for a Ring of Frost. You stuck with the water elemental patches. Give me the lowdown. Why so confident here with the Ellie?
Dude, you just gotta keep it cool when you're playing Jaina, you know? You just gotta keep your composure. You gotta go in there and just be confident, trust in your team. Because if you can get in range and get those combos off, it turns a fight.
Absolutely. And combo really seemed to be the name of the game here tonight. Game number 1, again, it was the Diablo with the APOC. Really didn't get much value. Star Fox, you'll have a couple laughs at yourself later. But
he had some laughs.
We'll have some laughs at him too.
The disrespect here in this channel.
I only
already
joke
had
with
some
teams
laughs
when they
during the
win,
game.
because you can't be mad at yourself after a loss, right?
There was one where it was just out of range, and I was walking forward after I hit the APOC, and I was like,
But overall, you guys looked really solid. 17 kills in game number 2 on Volskaya Foundry. Any last words from you guys about your opponents there?
they were pretty solid. It was a really close game and really well fought. We were losing like pretty much every single early game for both games, so it's a really close one.
Well, I'm peeking around to the standings. Lionspeed, you guys came into tonight's matchup in 9th place with 9 points. These 3 points tonight will add an extra 33% on top, putting you at 12. And now you're right in the thick of the race here for the playoff hunt to Division A. Anyone you're looking to play against in these final couple of games, or someone you're maybe looking forward to maybe having a shot at in the playoffs?
Luxon.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we get to play them again?
You heard it here, boy.
I'm coming back, Bay State. This time face to face.
First time we played them, we played Meta Madness, and we picked bad picks, and they still picked pretty good stuff. So we got wrecked.
Well,
I think
second shot.
I think in next week we play Queen's Consorts. That'll be a really solid game.
Yeah, and obviously a team doing really well this season, sitting in first place is Queen's Consorts. But yeah, I'm really impressed with tonight. I thought you guys came out. You played well. It seemed like Varcheesy in chat was pretty pumped for you guys. Was there a recent role swap, roster change? What was the deal there?
Varcheesy's like our token
A new subscriber.
player.
Acquired.
He's a heart of our team. Shout out to Varcheesy123.
This is a reunion for this team, so we brought back a lot of old players like Varcheesy and Masterfish, who may not have played as much recently. But we wouldn't have played some. We would have had to forfeit some games if it wasn't for Varcheesy, so he was definitely totally needed.
Well, I want to say thank you while I have you here in chat. Big Wiz with the sub. Appreciate that, my man.
You're welcome.
So that's it for the interview tonight, guys. But of course, before I let you go, the floor has to be handed over to Lionspeed for some shout-outs. So I don't know who wants to do it, but Lionspeed, the floor is yours.
Fox.
Shout out to Varcheesy123.
Shout
And
out to
also-
Sichel.
Shout out
Shout out
to
to
everyone on
Sichel.
Lionspeed.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blaze TDB for playing one game. Shout
Yeah.
out to Sichel. Shout out to Masterfish. Shout out to Varcheesy123 again.
Well, shout out to for Varcheesy.
Shout out to Triple Support Comps and Insta Global Locks.
Shout out to Bay State.
Shout out to
Bay-State-
Luxon.
Do you guys have a match left against Luxon that I can like cast or something? Because that sounds like fun.
No, we're hoping to play them in the playoffs. We saw that they had a statistical likelihood of 0%, but maybe we'll get there.
Not too likely for them, but I guess still an outside chance, we'll say.
It's a left field.
Maybe we can do a show, man.
Lionspeed, I gotta say
Exhibition
thank
match?
you for allowing me to cast tonight. Congratulations on the 3 points and best of luck moving forward through the remainder of this regular season.
Shout out
Thank
to
you,
you,
sir.
Murda. Thank you much.
Appreciate it.
Well,
All right, Twitch chat. That's it for part 1 of the doubleheader. But as promised, you guys completed the bid goal up here. It's at 100%. I will hold up my end of the bargain and be back with you in 49 minutes for ReGen Retro and Nobo Esprouts right back here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Thank you so much for being here to watch Lionspeed take the 2-0 victory over ReGen Retro. We'll see you guys in just a few.